Welcome back. Today I want to talk about keeping your practice going, doing a little bit every single day, and why that matters, why that is important, and how that really brings out the magic of the practice. Just a little bit of your practice every single day in order to see what is going to sprout. We've got to keep watering the plant to see what comes out. So, let's get into it. This actually comes from a conversation which I had with a yogi many, many years ago. I think this was like, oh my God, 30 years ago. I had this conversation with a yogi, and he goes, "Did you ever notice that it's like a water pump?" I'm like, "A water pump?" He goes, "Yeah. You pump the water up. You've got to keep pumping the water up, and it's really, really difficult to get that water up. But once the water is flowing, it's very easy to keep pumping the water. But if you stop, the water goes down, and then you've got to pump it back up to get it flowing." So once you've got your practice flowing, if you stop pumping, that water goes down, in our example, and it becomes difficult to get ourselves started again. But if you do get your practice going, and you keep it going, even if it's a small, minimal amount every single day, then it's easier. The practice is easier. The doing of the practice gets easier, and it becomes more automatic for your body, your subconscious, your deep brain access, your access to the parasympathetic. All these things stay with you, and they get deeper and deeper over time. And if your practice is like a plant, and you stop watering the plant, well, it might die off, then you've got to plant it again, and you've got to wait again. But if you keep watering the plant, then it's going to grow, right? It's going to sprout, it's going to grow, it's going to flower. And that flowering is really magical because you and I, we are doing something which the rest of the world has very little clue about. And here's a wonderful example of that. I was studying HRV resonance with some very, very, very learned professors. I mean, these guys knew all about the heart, all about the breath, and they had rediscovered the ancient technology of the yogis, and they were calling it HRV resonance, and it was brilliant. And yet they weren't actually practicing it as much as you and I. And that just blew my mind. And I knew this the second I was listening to this very, very good professor, very grateful to him. And he said something. He goes, once you find the breath rate of your HRV resonance, so let's say that's 7 breaths per minute, or let's say for you it's 5 breaths per minute. That's your comfortable rate, and that will get you into HRV resonance. He goes, once you find that number, that's the same number for the rest of your life. And I thought, well, that's not true. I have spoken to hundreds of yogis, and that number shifts over time. Not right away, but over the years, that number will shift. And they'll go from being comfortable at 7 breaths per minute, and suddenly they're not comfortable. Then they're comfortable at 6.5. Then it's 6. Then it's 5.5. Then it's 5. And the yogis and the Buddhists who call me up, who have been meditating forever, very, very often they are comfortable at 4 breaths per minute or 3.5 breaths per minute. And so you can see this is a very, very natural progression. But the HRV resonant people and the yogis and the Buddhists, these are two different camps of practice. I'm just doing it every once in a while for health, and the yogis are over here doing it every single day, and something sprouts out of that. Something blossoms. Your body shifts. It changes. Your brain waves shift and they change. Your depth of perception in the parasympathetic system opens up to you. The freeze comes. All these things, they sprout, they grow, they blossom. Which if you're not practicing it every day, they don't sprout, they don't get to grow, and they don't blossom. So I was trying to figure out, how do I keep my practice? How do I keep my practice? And one of the things I did, I kept asking myself, well, what do you want? What do you really, really want out of this? And I got so clear about why I was doing all of this that it really created a very solid focus for me. I really knew what I was about. So that's very worthwhile, right? But the thing that really got me out of the bad habit of starting and stopping and starting and stopping, the thing that got me out of that was, okay, let's just set a minimum. What is the minimum that I am willing to tolerate within myself? And so the bare minimum that I set for myself was 5 minutes of meditation. Come hell, come high water, I am dedicated to that 5 minutes of meditation. That's what I told myself. That's what I dedicated myself to. And that was the habit which got me consistent. And that's dedication. And out of that dedication, the blossom can grow. So set yourself your minimum. What is the minimum that you are willing to tolerate within yourself? For me, it was 5 minutes. I would do 6 Kriyas in those 5 minutes. This is something I encourage all of my students to do. Set your bare minimum and just do your Kriya. So life has gone crazy. The world has gone crazy. It doesn't matter. I'm still going to find that 5 minutes, and I'm going to sneak away and do 6 Kriyas. That's my minimum. That's my dedication to my soul. It's a sliver of a sliver out of my day. I can certainly offer that. And that was my foot in the door. That was my foot in the door to completely dedicating myself to Kriya. And it so worked. Because you get in there for 5 minutes, you do HRV resonance, suddenly your body feels so peaceful, so quiet. It's so enjoyable. You're like, oh man, 5 minutes? Are you kidding me? I'm going to do 15 or 20. And so the whole practice, any length that you're going to do comfortably, is going to grow out of that minimum, you see. So you're not holding yourself back. You're holding yourself to a line which you can keep. That keeps the Kriya flower watered. That keeps the pump flowing. And so you don't get into this habit of starting and stopping, and then starting and stopping. You cut that right out, and you just keep it flowing. Even if it's just a tiny bit, you keep the Kriya flowing, and that's how it turns into the golden thread of your life. This happened, this happened, this happened, this happened. It doesn't really matter so much anymore because Kriya has become the golden thread through my life. So I hope you loved this. If you did, be sure to hit that bell down below so I can see all of you next time.